Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm joined today here with Councilman Christopher Johnson, with the Police Commissioner Chuck Gardner, with the DPW Commissioner Tom Meyer, also Police Officer Sergeant Jerry Foley, and we're here today in this location to announce a crackdown on illegal dumping here in our city of Yonkers. It's called Dumb the Dump campaign. This is part of our Clean Streets initiative, targeting those who have illegally dumped their garbage in the city. Illegal dumping isn't just an eyesore, but it's a health and environmental hazard. And it's offensive to all those who live, especially those who live here, who are trying to raise their family, and it affects their daily quality of life. I'd like to point to the posters that are here today, and this is actually dumping that took place maybe about 100 feet down the road here, and this was a spot that was been riddled with litter and garbage just days ago. Our DPW crews came in and cleaned it, and they do this each and every day. The amazing part about this whole thing is that you don't have to dump in Yonkers. That we will pick up just most any bit of garbage. You just have to call the mayor's helpline and make an appointment. If not, we also have 3 days of picking up trash. One of those days is a recycling day. The other two are garbage days. But we will not tolerate dumping here or anywhere else in the city, and we will make sure that those who are found violating the law are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And again, like I said before, despite our city's scheduled garbage pickups, we still uncover a dumping of all types of waste on properties, including furniture, appliances, construction debris, car parts, and even hazardous materials. Under our new ordinance passed by the Yonkers City Council, fines for illegal dumping will rise from a minimum of $500 to a minimum of $5,000. For the most severe cases, the fines could reach $10,000. This fine will cover the cost for the city to clean up the littered sites, and will also serve as a clear message to those who want to come and dump on Yonkers that there will be consequences. They also run the risk of losing their vehicle, because when you're caught dumping, and you will be caught, because we will set up sting operations and we will do the things that need to be done, your vehicle will be impounded and possibly sold off as auction. Again, the proceeds will be used to keep Yonkers city streets clean, and at that point we'll say thank you for the vehicle. To report dumping, we have a new hotline that we just put in place. It's 377-DUMP, 914-377-DUMP. It's been established for residents to report any instance of illegal dumping. We will also offer a up to $1,000 reward for any resident here in Yonkers who can report to us or give us any information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of anyone who's dumping here in the city of Yonkers when a conviction is made. For the Spanish-speaking communities in Yonkers, we will also post no dumping signs. We'll make sure they're available through the city's Office of Constituent Services. Again, I want to thank our city council, for which, if they didn't move on this, we would never have been able to get this done. We think this is a good, strong, clear message. This past year, and I'll let the commissioners speak to it, we have gone out of our way to clean vacant city parks, to clean vacant city lots, I should say, and to really crack down on making sure that there is not debris all across our city. There are still those who I personally believe are probably just some midnight operations where people are going out getting paid to fill their truck up with some old furniture, and then they're dumping it in communities. We're not going to tolerate it, and we're going to target it and effectively eliminate it from our city. So with that, I'd like to ask our councilman from the area, Christopher Johnson, to go up, and somebody who really helped us get this through the council, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. What we have seen all too often is people from our communities getting sick, complaining because their area is filled with trash, filled with garbage, filled with people's old furniture, mattresses, and things of that nature. This piece of legislation says that is not okay. It increases the fine, as the mayor said, from $500 as a minimum to $5,000 as a minimum. We hope that this is a deterrent, because obviously saying let's keep our own streets clean and let's police ourselves has not been enough. And so we've had to enact harsher penalties for those who don't understand that we want to do things the natural way, to keep the streets that God has given us, to keep the streets that have been paved by our men and women, to keep them clean. And so now we'll go out and we will make sure that they remain clean. And those who violate that will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the new law that we have just passed. So I want to thank the mayor for bringing this to our attention, and I would like to thank my colleagues as well for making sure that we got this through as quickly as possible. And then I want to thank, of course, the Commissioner of the Police Department and Commissioner of DPW for the tireless work that they will continue to do in making sure that our streets remain clean. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Johnson, and let me introduce the DPW Commissioner for the City of Yonkers, Tom Meyer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Since the mayor has taken office, it has been put upon the Public Works to carry out his Clean Streets campaign. We started back in January. Many of you may remember cleaning up lots of Buena Vista Avenue. Since that time, we've literally cleaned up hundreds of vacant lots. Now, these lots belong to the public in some cases. They belong to private citizens in other cases. And just the mere fact that they're vacant doesn't mean you can come and you can throw your garbage out. This includes throwing garbage out your window or trucks rolling up and emptying some commercial garbage. As the mayor said, for our residents, on the second pickup, that's either Thursday or Friday, you can put one large bulk item out on the curb and we will come and pick it up. There's no reason to put it in a truck and bring it to a undisclosed location in the middle of the night and dump it off of your truck. We provide that service to all the residents of Yonkers. It costs the taxpayers about $1.5 million each year just to clean up these lots. That's a lot of money, especially when the mayor and the city council are looking to keep the city expenses as low as possible. This will go a long way in doing that. I want to thank the mayor and the city council for passing the new legislation, increasing the fines to $5,000, and now it makes the sting a little more significant for anybody who wants to, and commercial vendors who want to avoid paying commercial carting company to remove their debris, where it may cost them a couple $100. They may say, well, I'll risk taking a $500 fine. Now they have to risk taking a $5,000 fine. We hope this will be a deterrent, and I look forward to working with the police commission and the police department in their enforcement efforts.
Now, this particular neighborhood, the people who live here want to live here in a clean environment. They want to live here and be able to work and raise their family. The people that live here, for the most part, are not the people dumping. As a matter of fact, I would suspect that most of the people dumping here are people from outside of Yonkers that are driving into our town and dumping in our neighborhoods. And this will not be tolerated anymore. And to speak of that, I'd like to ask our police commissioner, Chuck Gardner, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, the dumping of the debris and hazardous materials on our streets is dangerous to our children, negatively impacts the quality of life of the people in our community, and it's against the law. And as the mayor just indicated and the council member indicated, the fines have been increased to a minimum of $5,000 and up to $10,000 for dumping here. Those fines also apply to the owner of the vehicle if they knowingly allow someone to use that vehicle in dumping. And the dumping of hazardous material and repeat offenders can be fined up to $250,000 under the city code. So I want to send a warning to those individuals who continue to dump in our city. If you're caught, we're going to arrest you. We're going to seize your car. We're going to seek significant civil penalties, and we're going to rigorously prosecute you in a court of law. we will see some increased presence from my department in areas that we've experienced dumping in the past. And again, we're asking the public's help in helping us to identify these individuals. As the mayor indicated, we have a new hotline. It's 377-DUMP or 377-3867. Please give us a call. That number goes directly to our communications center, and we'd ask the public to please help us in identifying these individuals. Again, there's also a $1,000 fine for information that leads up to the arrest and conviction of anyone engaging in this illegal activity. So thank you very much, and we're hopeful that the public will help us in cleaning up our streets.
Commissioner, while you're there,
Yes.
how hard has it been to catch these perpetrators who are legally dumping?
Well, we have made arrests in the past, but again, there are multiple locations, and sometimes, as the mayor mentioned, they occur in late hours in darkness, and it's difficult, but we are going to step up our presence here in these areas, and with these significant fines, we're hopeful that it's going to discourage some people who were willing to take the $500 penalty and would save more than that, maybe commercial individuals in commercial establishments who were dumping. So we're going to be stepping up presence, and we're going to be rigorously enforcing this new statute.
What about street cameras? Have they been?
We utilize street cameras. We may actually put cameras on certain locations. I'm just letting the public know, and the cameras aid us sometimes in identifying the license plate number of the vehicle that does the dumping.
And Mayor, you're saying you think it's people from out of town that are mostly doing this, or they're not from Yonkers? Or?
Well, I would suspect that, listen, you live in a neighborhood, you generally don't want to dump in your own neighborhood. So I think it's fair to say that the people who live here are not the ones dumping here. But there are individuals who are coming into our city and dumping here in Yonkers. And we're going to use everything that means at our disposal, including, as the commissioner said, setting up cameras to identify the perpetrators, to arrest them, to take their vehicles if we have to, but to make sure that this does not happen again. It's unfair for the people who live in this community to have to deal with this sometimes in this area. What do you say, Commissioner, on a weekly basis?
Yes.
And we are here every week cleaning it. Enough is enough. We're taking our streets back.
And how are you defining dumping for those who might say, is it just regular garbage that you see outside, or I don't think you do. How are you?
Well, what we see is large amounts of debris. As you can see by the photos we have here, sometimes contents of apartments or commercial, garbage, debris, construction material. There's all different types of dumping, but often we see furniture, mattresses, as you see here, which are contents of apartments. Sometimes people moving apartments will just clean out the apartment and dump the debris in an alleyway or in our parking lots throughout the city.
Yeah, Michelle, this is not someone just leaving
Not just
their
garbage.
trash out
Right.
overnight in front of their home. This is not that at all. This is clearly what you're seeing here today.
Mr. Meyer, did I hear you correctly? You were saying it costs the city about $1.5 million a year to clean up these lots where people illegally dump. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money that the city's losing. But, to be used in other ways, I would imagine.
Absolutely, it is a lot of money, but you know what? We're going to use the dollars that we get to help offset those costs, and we suspect that by having a fine that we have there, that's going to bring down the cost overall because people are going to find someplace else to dump their
Do you
garbage.
think it's going to be really effective?
I hope that it will be, and we have, and I think the commissioner and our DPW workers should be commended. I mean, this city is cleaner, and they have cleaned hundreds of lots. We had put in place how many victory parks this year? How many?
I think six new ones.
6 new parks where we allowed people in the neighborhood to plant produce. 6 new parks this year. So we are doing, the taxpayers are doing their part. The residents are doing their part. Law enforcement continues to do their part, and I think with this added new tool, that will help curb what's happening. All right. Thank you.